Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back here on Kubota Farm in East Vineland, New Jersey. Hope everyone's having a great week. It's Friday. Wow, Christmas is just around the corner. Goodness gracious. So I was warming up the M8, right? M8, to do a little rolling over on our field over there. I'll show you that roller that we got here in a second. But you know, I've been going by this slurry pit that says it's empty. Doesn't look particularly empty, but it says it's empty. And I'm thinking to myself, why is this here? And the only thing I can think of is it overspill for our pigs? Am I being silly? Because I don't know. I don't know. Um, we know chickens don't do slurry, and sheep don't do slurry, but pigs do slurry. Is it? I mean, I don't know why that's there. It must be for, unless it's just storage, because it's got a drop point, so we can dump off slurry here and pick it up. So I'm guessing it's just for if we want to grab slurry from the pig pen, bring it over here, dump it off. I guess it's overspill for the pigs. That's the only thing I can think of. Huh. Interesting. Actually, let's shut this off real quick. I was going to do a quick wash job on our M6 and our M7. Get these cleaned up here real quick. Make sure any maintenance that needs to be done on them. Get that out of the way. And holy cow, I can't believe Christmas is already here. It's pretty crazy. It's come really fast. Winter snow blizzard warning in my area is in effect. Started tonight. I'm recording this Thursday night. And it started at 4 o'clock. And it's supposed to stay until Saturday, I think like 7 p.m., I think. Something like that. Kind of crazy. Weather is turning bad though. We've got some snow already, but the winds are starting to really pick up. And I've been watching the weather forecasts, and they're saying that, you know, in my area at least, it could be anywhere between, oh, I don't know, 6 inches to a foot, maybe even over a foot. But they said that the big problem is going to be the cold air and the winds. So, yeah. Don't plan on really going anywhere this weekend. Not really my cup of tea, driving in that stuff anymore. You know, it didn't used to bother me all that much, I think, you know, but now it's like, just not that much fun. Stop by the local grocery store. Well, it's kind of one of those Meijer. I don't know if you're familiar with Meijer, but they're kind of those, like a Walmart superstore kind of thing. And I will tell you, I have never seen a place more overrun. I honestly mean this, I think it is the busiest store I've ever been in my life. I actually laughed when I when I got there and got in the parking lot. It was just almost unbelievable. It was just, you know, it was just packed. And everybody, you know, it's a combination of pre-Christmas or last-minute Christmas shopping, last-minute food shopping for Christmas, and then, of course, the chaos that is ensuing from this winter snowstorm. People are losing their minds. And I'm not, you know, I don't really get too jacked up about it. I guess I kind of look at it. My biggest concern, wow, 417 bucks. I must have let our little Kubota go a little longer than I had thought. Let's let the hydraulics take a break. There we go. Just in case it snows here. Well, it's June, so it's probably not going to snow on the farm, but yeah. just in case everything's sheltered. Maybe we'll get a thunderstorm or something. Who knows? So I went ahead and I leased a roller, and I thought, you know what? Let's just get this field rolled. It wants to be rolled. It says it wants to be rolled. Why not? It's kind of the last of our chores for this planting season. So I guess we might as well just finish it the right way. And I did go ahead and lease. I think I showed you this last time. But I did go ahead and I leased this guy right here. What is it? A Vomer? Vonner? Vomer. VR roller. 70, 80, 90. The one thing I did add, and I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, it says erase track, so it adds these like tines to the front here. And I'm going to assume it means when it says erase tracks, it means erase tire tracks, either the roller tracks or the What's weird though is it's in front, so it must be for the tractor tire tracks. Interesting. Just checking out how this roller looks. You know, it looks a little less, I don't want to say complicated, but it does look a little simpler design than the in-game roller. I've never used this brand in the game. I think it's a fairly new mod. And I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Let's see how it operates. We've got enough horsepower to pull it. It pretty much leaves a very similar you can see how where it is rolling because it is a little lighter than the rest of the field. But we'll see what kind of yield differences it actually gives. I don't know. Most times when I've rolled outside of grass, most of the times when I have rolled crops, it's been about 1%. And I think Giants has said that it's a 2% thing. I don't know if Giants does say 2%, actually. I don't know what they say. Maybe they do state 2%. I thought they might have even stated a higher amount, but I have never seen anything more than 2% for sure, and I think I generally see a 1% increase. Rolling to me just isn't generally at the top of my priority list. I mean, I don't mind doing it. You know, it's realistic. Farmers do roll their crops. I get that. So, I mean, I think maybe out of anything, I do it just because I know that it's a, you know, that it's not a unrealistic thing to do. That's for sure. But what we can do is stop here for a sec. And if we come out and look, so we've got expected yield at 97%. So it does look like it probably added 2%. I think I'm walking fast because I've got my speed walker on. So yeah, it's showing 2%. I guess we can go with that. Why not? Leasing it wasn't very expensive. These rollers aren't very expensive. And maybe eventually it'd be worth actually purchasing one instead of leasing it. But you know, for like $1,000 or $1,200 to lease it, you can lease it by the time you know, lease it 10 times, I guess, and you paid for it. But I do have the lease to own mod, so, you know, we could always just leave it on the farm and just pay monthly on it, pay the monthly lease rate, and eventually you own it. Where are you going, Brad? Backing up? Nope, that's not how you want to do this. I don't think you know what you're doing. So I was watching the news, and it sounds like people actually went back, or not entirely, but the shift was to brick and mortar retail this year over online retail. UPS, I guess, and FedEx. I don't know about USPS, but I know I heard UPS in particular is reporting. I love the way it just absolutely wipes out that grass. They're reporting that their shipments are down, and people are doing more shopping in brick and mortar stores, which I thought, that's kind of curious, actually. I wonder what sets it apart this year. I mean, I guess you could say one of the obvious things might be because of the people getting out more and not worrying so much about catching anything, if you know what I mean. And maybe that's just got people, you know, feeling like, you know what, the last year or two we were cooped up inside more. We did all of our shopping online. This year I want to get out to the store and actually, you know, do some hands-on shopping or something. I don't know. I don't shop for a lot of people, and I'll tell you, the people that I do shop for, I don't think I could find the stuff in a local store that they're asking for. I know that my kids, I wouldn't be able to buy what they want locally. I have to go online for their shopping, and I think, you know, it just depends, of course, on what you're looking for, but price-wise, you know, it's kind of interesting lately. My default, at least for the past few years, is pretty much Amazon. They just, for what I buy in general, they usually have the best price. I get it fast. I'm a Prime member, so I get it fast, and I have no complaints with Amazon, and they've always taken care of me if I have any problems. And to me, it's just so much easier to be able to go online, pick out what I want, and they've made it even easier, you know, now, you know, with clothes, because you can, you know, try it before you buy it. So you can order like 6 pairs of pants and 10 shirts. They all come to you. You try them on. You return what you don't want. They charge you for what you keep. It couldn't be easier, you know. And then they've got this newfangled thing, and I don't know if any of you have signed up for this or not. I just recently did, because it was finally available in my area. This Amazon locker, I think they call it, right? Where packages don't get delivered to your door anymore. They get delivered to this locker area that Amazon installs. It's like this, I'd never seen one before until recently, but it's like this, it's almost like a community mailbox center. And you walk up to it. It's a U shape, so there's lockers. It's or like it actually kind of reminded me of, if you've ever seen in movies or in real life, maybe safety deposit room in a bank. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that. And but it's outside, obviously. So you walk up, and in the middle, on the one end, there's a computer, like an ATM terminal, and there's a screen. It just says, touch here to start. You touch it, and you get a barcode from Amazon for whatever they shipped to you, whatever you bought, and you stick it under the scanner. It scans, and your locker door pops open because they're not numbered. It's not like they say, hey, you've got locker 18. No, the thing just opens. It could be any locker there, and it's kind of weird, but yeah, it just opens up, and you walk up, you grab your stuff, and you close the locker, and you're done. Easy peasy. I thought it was pretty slick. It's not as convenient as... Man, I have got to remember to raise that roller so I don't make the same mistake I made that last time and wiping out some of our poplar. But yeah, it's pretty slick. It's a pretty neat little gizmo. And they're safe, they're locked away. Nobody's walking up to your door and doing their own free 5-finger Christmas 5-finger discount Christmas shopping. So that's kind of handy, I guess. And there's different size lockers. Some things, just won't fit. If you buy a TV, a big screen TV or something, it's not going to work. But, or a couch, that would be epic though, to have a locker the size for a couch. But there's different size lockers, and it would fit a lot of different things they sell on there. But it's a pretty cool little gizmo. Seemed to work out pretty well. But yeah, I really, I guess I don't really necessarily feel like I used to support local stores, ma and pa stores, but I don't really feel guilty. I don't really feel guilty about not supporting Walmart, if I'm being honest. And it's nothing against Walmart. It's just I don't have that same, support your stores feeling. Like I used to support when they were there, computer shops, man, I miss those so much too. The little mom and pop computer shops that used to be around. And there used to be like half a dozen in my area, and they were so nice. They weren't like necessarily big. They weren't like a Best Buy thing or anything. They were just small computer stores where you could actually go in and look at motherboards, and actually see motherboards, like look at them outside of the box, and you could see power supplies, and you could see all this computer stuff and see it, firsthand. And they were the same people that were at the monthly computer, what they call those, the computer, once a month it was at the hotel. What do they call those? Shows, computer parts shows. Like they have sports cards shows and stuff, but they had computer parts shows. And all of these local mom and pa's, along with some other people, would be there. And that's how, you kind of saw them there. And you'd actually start meeting these people and talking to them and having, knowing them, and they knew you. And it was just nice. But they're all gone. They're just all gone. Just absolutely wiped out. So that's a shame. And those I did support. And those I really, really tried to, unless it was something that was just so out of line cost wise, I would pay an extra, few bucks to buy it from them. But mom and pa's are gone, and there's really not any more mom and pa shoe stores, clothing stores, sports stores. I mean, name it. Restaurants now, there still are, but man, so many of those even got wiped out over the past couple years, which is a big shame. But one store, you know, Best Buy used to be, before Amazon got really big and before Newegg and kind of before Tiger Direct, but Best Buy was the place to go, you know, to get computer stuff. It was one of the few places to go. I mean, this is many years ago. And or CompUSA, if you remember them, or Circuit City on occasion. And I stopped going to Best Buy because they just weren't competitive. Number one, price-wise, and number two, they didn't have the selection, especially in-store. The in-store selection for computer peripherals and components was horrible. Maybe hard drives, you know, and maybe some memories, you know, some RAM or something, but forget motherboards and forget, you know, a good selection of cases and things like that. But recently, like the past year or so, I have been giving them a fair shot at when I'm looking to buy stuff in the electronics, as far as electronics goes. And I've actually been pleasantly surprised with their pricing. It's very competitive. And in fact, I've actually had Best Buy beat Amazon on a couple of situations with pricing. In fact, recently I had to buy I bought a 1-year Xbox Live Gold membership, and don't even get me started on that stinking rip-off job. But I love how you have to buy. I love how you have to buy an Xbox Live monthly membership or yearly or however you do it to play online. Come on. Anyways, Best Buy was actually cheaper than Amazon for the 1-year pass, and if you're paying monthly on that stuff, by the way, you're totally getting ganked by Microsoft, because I think Microsoft charges you $10 a month for Xbox Live, so that's $120 a month or $120 a year. Yeah, even on a normal day, you'd probably pay about half that if you can just buy it all at once. So do yourself a favor, if you're an Xbox Live person, just buy a 1-year pass and call it good. But yeah, Best Buy actually was about almost $10 cheaper on that. And I also recently had I had to buy helped a friend buy a what they need? Oh, a new cable modem. They needed to bump up. They had an old DOCSIS. Boy, I think they had a DOCSIS 2.0 cable modem. So we needed to get them into the 21st century. And I think we ended up buying a 3.1 actually. And I think it was a Motorola, possibly, or I don't know what's that other brand that's like Motorola, the Aorus or whatever. And Best Buy had a really good deal on that. They were better than Amazon, and they also needed a wireless router, and Best Buy again had a really nice deal on a Netgear. I think it was a Netgear Nighthawk. Not one of the upper end Nighthawks, but it was a nice little wireless router, and Best Buy did really good pricing wise. So I'm giving them more of a shot lately than I was for a while. Newegg, not so much anymore. They've kind of disappointed me a little bit, and they're not as convenient. Shipping takes longer in general. I don't trust their returns as much, their return policy as much as I do Amazon. Pricing sometimes can be pretty competitive on Newegg, but you really got to be careful who you're buying from on Newegg, because it can be a little bit shady sometimes, and you don't realize you're buying from a third-party seller, and that can get a little bit sketchy. So, but they're still a very I'd still call them a good place to shop. Tiger Direct, I've heard they're still around. I honestly can't believe they are. I guess they are, but I don't think I've shopped at Tiger Direct. Well, long enough to where I can't even remember the last time I even looked. um, at Tiger Direct's website. And I was looking online too. I always find it fascinating to look online to see like the top 20 gadgets for this year for for Christmas, and to see what these different websites say are the top 20 gadgets. Some of them are like, I really wonder who would want some of this stuff, man. I just don't know. I'll tell you the one thing that I've gone back and forth on is that well, more back than forth, I guess you could say. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make any sense, but is that Navage, that nasal cleaning thing? Oh, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to be pouring. And it's not even pouring, right? I think it's actually like a pressure washer up your nose with saline. And people are saying, oh yeah, it's so healthy and all this stuff. Well, I remember asking my doctor about that. Like, how healthy is that? Is that really healthy, kind of thing? And he just kind of gave me that look, like, Brad, you know, I think you know. I think you know the answer to that. People are going to claim that it gets rid of all this nasty bacteria and stuff, but I think the human body has a pretty good way of handling itself. It's almost like all these people that buy all these apps for their computer that are supposed to make them go 10, 15, 20, 30, up to 100 times faster. The PC cleaning and turbo boost app. And I just want to reach out to those people and say, just give me half the money, all right? And I'll save you half and tell you not to worry about buying it in the first place. And I just saved you 50% right there. Because those things are about as big a joke as probably Navage is, but hey, who knows? Apparently some people swear by drilling drilling saline up through your nostrils. I don't know. It's kind of creepy, but that takes care of our rolling. Let's take a quick peek at our field just to see what it says here. So, where is it? Cultivated, plowed. Where's rolled? Well, needs rolling is done. Oh, I missed just a couple little spots there, maybe on the corner. But I think we're in pretty good shape. We can drop this roller off. And we can return it because we are done with it. No use in keeping it around. And we'll call it good. I still want to know where that 1% is missing. Why am I missing 1%? Well, I mean, what haven't we done? It's not the weeds, right? Because you don't gain a percent that way. You can lose more with weeds, but maybe it's the way I'm prepping the field. Maybe because I'm not cultivating them properly or something. I don't know. It's just weird, but it's like I can't get 100% on these things. It's always 1% shy. It's the same way on our grass field. So I don't really get it. So we're doing pretty good. Just before I leave you, just to give you a quick update, we are actually doing pretty good as far as our silage goes. I did do a little bit of transferring grass and silage back and forth from the fermenter to our bale storage barn. So actually, I think if we look in our storage here, we're sitting on 314,000 liters of silage, which is very nice. And we're storing that until looks like December, January. But I think as far as how much we have left goes is whatever is here. So this 330,000 liters of grass that's sitting in there, because I think it's 1-to-1. So yeah, I think that's how much silage we have left before we're done with that. So I'm gonna leave a little bit of grass. I think I left a little bit of grass in our bale barn just for the sheep, just in case. But I believe next month, July, our grass field over here is going to be ready for a summer cut. So we will probably be working on that shortly. Yep, it is. It's ready next month for a summer cut. So that'll be good. And then as far as contracts goes, well, lots of baling contracts. Maybe we'll tackle one next month. Why not? One or two of them. Maybe find one that looks kind of fun. I'm kind of in the mood for some earning some extra cash maybe on doing some of these. I'd like a really big one, but I think the biggest one you can get, I think we did a 30,000 or maybe even a 34,000. Oh, there's a $31,000 jobber right there. That might be kind of fun to tackle. But that's about it for the last episode before Christmas. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining me. And I want to say a special thank you to all of my subscribers and all of you that have watched my videos. It's been a really, really fun few months for me. I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm still having a great time doing it. I really enjoy just doing it. And I just want to thank everyone for subscribing and for watching. And leave a like if you enjoy the video. It does help a lot. And I wish you the best holiday season, possibly, especially safe. And stay warm and safe. Take care of yourselves, and let's make sure that we take care of each other. Do something nice for somebody. Trust me, you'll feel better than they even will. And hopefully I will see you back here Monday. I'm not entirely sure if I will have a Monday episode or not, but I will post something on the channel if there's not a Monday episode. But probably nothing this weekend would be my guess. Being Christmas weekend, I'm probably going to be a little busy, but I will hope to see you all very soon. And thanks again. I really appreciate all your support. Take care, everyone. Happy holidays, and I'll see you soon.